So I believe that you all arrived safely without any incidents and ready to give your all during this important 3 days intensive workshop, which is evidently crucial for the future of maritime for the 25 DCoC signatory states. The success of this high-level workshop and its outcome has the potential to serve as a template for the other regions in Africa. And this is because challenges associated with effective and enhanced maritime domain awareness is not peculiar to this region, as a common denominator elsewhere. Therefore, rather, we have to concentrate on finding lasting solutions that will not only be national, regional, but globally applicable. Sometimes my colleagues accuse me of being too ambitious if I talk about the global connectivity and awareness. So to date, I'm not aware of any country or region, for that matter, that could claim absoluteness in addressing and overcoming all challenges associated with maritime domain awareness due to the sheer size of the space we are talking about. Therefore, a number of learning curves involved in the subject matter area and the ever-changing and evolving maritime crimes mutate on a daily basis. For me, it is always a pleasure to be involved and engage with such an array of experts and professionals to discuss one of the most crucial and critical aspects of the global maritime industry. Without the understanding and effective management of the operating maritime sphere, we all labor in vain. I certainly believe that this is not our intention or objective, and that is why you took all the pains from your various locations and duty posts to gather in this beautiful city, port city of Durban, to explore implementable solutions in an atmosphere of friendship, professionalism, cross-fertilization of ideas, and all the expertise we need are all in this room. I would like to extend IMO's appreciation to your various governments for their commitments in designating national focal points for the effective implementation of the Jeddah Amendments to the 2017 Djibouti Code of Conduct. In the same vein, IMO appreciates the support and sponsorship provided by the United Kingdom for this workshop and others in future. And to that extent, I'm not an Oliver Twist, but a little more can also help. The UK government's long-standing experience in their National Maritime Information Centre and the willingness to share such information comes in handy for the benefit of the DCoC member states. To our international partners here present, I would like to put it on record that your continued support to the work of IMO has been extremely productive. Please, do not relent. Distinguished participants, until 5 years ago, piracy and armed robbery against ships at sea off the coasts and off the coast of Somalia and even the Gulf of Eden was a serious threat to global shipping. A combination of actions by regional member states, international organizations, international naval forces, and self-protection measures by merchant ships helped in containing piracy in the region. Maintaining this success in a sustainable manner is dependent on merchant ships' continuous implementation of IMO guidance and the so-called best management practices, the BMPs. That is on one hand, and the naval forces' continuous deterrence and disruption of pirates' activities. Please make no mistakes about this. The pirates are not done yet. Therefore, we cannot be complacent One of the most important actions is that member states must continue to develop their information sharing and response capabilities in order to achieve a safe and more secure maritime environment. As recognized at the high-level meeting in Jeddah in 2017, important as piracy and armed robbery are, they are only part of a long list of significant maritime threats and criminalities at sea, which include the IUU, drug smuggling, weapons and people trafficking, illegal wildlife trade, terrorism against high-value oil and gas installations and facilities, transport systems, and even cyber crimes, which has direct impact on maritime activities. These threats underpin the value of a well-developed maritime sector and the blue economy, as recognized in the context of the UN Sustainable Development Goals, which, of course, you know, IMO actively supports. And let me digress just a little bit. Most of you would be aware that from 26th to 28th November, just this month, there will be the first ever Global Sustainable Blue Economy Conference, which will hold in Nairobi, Kenya, and supported by the governments of Canada, Japan, and Kenya, of course, the host. So I expect to see all of you, the lovers of maritime, and the lovers of blue economy, because we can't be mired in blue economy without being part and parcel of those who will give it effect. So I look forward to seeing you. IMO will definitely be there. We'll have a very big side event with a lot of expertise to discuss and find solutions to our common problems. So it's coming up, and I look forward to seeing you. The solutions to the foregoing challenges are within and calls for political will at the highest governmental levels. And this will engender appropriate legal frameworks, maritime situational awareness, law enforcement capabilities ashore, interdiction capabilities at sea, adequate and appropriate training and logistics support, and crucially, across the table interagency cooperation. The era of us working in silos is gone. The left hand does not know what the right hand is doing, and it can never continue. Otherwise, as they say, any nation that ignores its maritime potentials does so at its own peril. This is the source of life, and we have to smell the coffee and wake up. Appending your signatures to the Jeddah amendments in December 2017, the collective objectives of the region was to search for comprehensive, sustainable solutions to address these wider strategic threats and criminalities. One of the great successes of the Jeddah amendments is a call to designate a national focal point to represent and be conduit for communication between the National Maritime Security and Facilitation Committee of respective signatory states, national authorities for maritime safety, security, and protection of the marine environment, as well as between respective member states, to facilitate coordinated, timely, and effective information flow. Such information should include practical information on national best and promising practices. In other words, what you do that actually works, as well as information on legal frameworks and operational information. As stipulated in the Jeddah amendments, the designated national focal point should be capable of receiving and responding to alerts and requests for information or assistance at all times. It's 24 hours, 7 days a week. The inherent need for smooth and effective communication between the designated NFPs, the respective National Maritime Security and Facilitation Committee, and competent national authorities for maritime safety, security, and protection of the marine environment is tantamount to safeguarding all our waters. To achieve the foregoing, we must collectively take steps to overcome the proverbial sea blindness by ensuring that all DCoC participating states have well thought out national and regional plans to achieve maritime domain awareness, response capabilities, and what we generally call the legal finish. In so doing, we need to closely examine the NFP network and ensure that it addresses the wider security and law enforcement issues beyond piracy and contributes to the strengthening of the Djibouti, the Jeddah Amendment Information Sharing Network, so that identified centers are better able to collect, collate, and analyze information transmitted by all that are concerned with transnational organized crime in the maritime domain. I have taken time to run through these very important issues because we don't get this opportunity all the time to discuss. Once you climb, in my country we have a proverb. I'm from Nigeria, by the way. We say, when you climb an iroko tree, cut as many branches as you can. It is not always that you're able to climb the iroko tree. So we are here, we have an opportunity, we have an array of experts. Let's make use of it. And by extension, this will go towards preparing statistics and reports on the basis of the information gathered, analyzed, disseminated nationally, regionally, and with the wider shipping community. Ladies and gentlemen, by end of Wednesday, that is in 2 days' time this week, the outcome of this workshop would have effectively commenced addressing one of the key recommendations of the high-level meeting of the DCoC member states, which held in Jeddah in 2017, including the follow-up mission which we hosted at our headquarters in London in mid this year. Both meetings identified the inherent need to implement a national program in respective member states to integrate existing and planned maritime tracking and information systems in order to develop a comprehensive integrated maritime awareness picture linked to national maritime information sharing centers. Essentially, this workshop is intended to stimulate discussions that will bring about an agreed roadmap for the restructuring and strengthening of the Jeddah Amendments Information Sharing Center, including a plan of action for the establishment of national maritime information sharing centers in each participating member state with common standards, operating procedures, and incident reporting formats to promote interoperability and whole-of-government approach. And when we talk about whole-of-government approach, literally, that's what it is, the entire system working in a coordinated fashion for the common good. It is also important to bear in mind the regional dimension of information sharing towards the achievement of an enhanced maritime domain awareness. It therefore goes without saying that long-term stability and sustainability is to be found in having firmly rooted mechanisms in place. Building response capability is a vital and necessary step to achieve a more safe and secure maritime environment. Ladies and gentlemen, I cannot conclude these opening remarks without expressing IMO's and indeed our collective appreciation to the Department of Transport South Africa and its agencies, of course. I wish you well. Thank you and God bless.